So if you don't know, I'll just chime in real quick. There has been multiple reports of different companies that leverage Salesforce that have been essentially hacked, exporting their data through their connected. What has been reported is through compromised connected apps. Thank you for checking out my video today. Let's dive right in. So hackers claim to have stolen 1 billion Salesforce records by Henry Martin. So shout out to Henry Martin. So voice phishing hackers are claiming to have stolen nearly 1 billion Salesforce records according to reports. The hacker group known as Scattered, LAPSUS, $hunters, told Reuters that it has obtained Salesforce records containing personal identifiable information. One hacker, who identified themselves as Shiny, said in an email to the news organization that they did not directly hack Salesforce, but targeted Salesforce customers using phishing and voice phishing. So the hacker group reportedly published a leak site on the dark web on Friday, listing dozens of companies it claimed to have hacked. Salesforce says there's no indication that Salesforce platform has been compromised. Note, the potential compromised connected apps in Salesforce org is ongoing. We at Salesforce Ben strongly recommend that all admins and org owners should prioritize auditing connected apps currently in use in their orgs. This includes identifying the origins of all connected apps, removing any unused or unknown apps, setting permissions for access to remaining apps, and removing the ability for any user in connected apps without approval. So within Salesforce orgs. So this is a very important thing, and I've noticed that other Salesforce has been pushing more security and trying to push back on and prevent these things from happening. So let's keep diving in. So Salesforce data hacks. What happened? Right? Security researchers at Google Threat Intelligence Group had earlier this year said that the group, which tracks as UNC 6040, had proven particularly effective at tricking employees into installing a modified version of Salesforce Data Loader. Google has stressed that in all observed cases, attackers relied on manipulating end users, not exploiting any vulnerabilities inherited to Salesforce. The hackers had tricked victims into opening the connected app setup page and entering a code linking an attacker-controlled replica of Data Loader app, which is used for importing, exporting, and bulking managing Salesforce data to their Salesforce environment. Once downloaded, the malicious app granted hackers excessive access, allowing them to query and exfiltrate sensitive data directly from compromised Salesforce customer accounts. A Salesforce spokesman told Salesforce Ben on October 6th, "We are aware of the recent extortion attempts by threat actors, which we have investigated in partnership with external experts and authorities. So our findings indicate these attempts relate to past and unsubstantiated incidents, and we remain engaged with affected customers to provide support. At this time, there is no indication that Salesforce platform has been compromised, nor is this activity related to any known vulnerabilities in our technology." So final thoughts. Throughout the news of hacking campaigns in the recent days, Salesforce continuously stressed that there is no indication that the platform has been compromised and that activity is not related to any known vulnerability in their technology. Still, with Dreamforce just around the corner, it's far from ideal that the client giant to be dealing with yet more news of Salesforce hacks. So Salesforce is still dealing with this issue of connected apps being compromised. Salesforce is stating that there's no vulnerabilities within Salesforce's technology. It's more related to connected apps and hackers, creating replica of data loader apps and customers being essentially tricked into opening up access to their data. So this is an interesting topic. Curious to see how Salesforce continues to address this issue. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear everybody's thoughts on this topic. Thank you. Best regards.